They say Rome wasn't built in a day, but it burned in one. Your old life doesn't need years to end. It only needs a single, uncompromising no. Philosophically, this is what Nietzsche called self-overcoming. The moment you stop being a victim of your past and begin acting as the architect of your future, real change happens in the exact millisecond. You decide that the pain of staying the same has finally become heavier than the pain of evolving. To fix your life in a day is not about completing every goal by midnight. It is about a radical shift in direction. When you know why you live, you can endure almost anyhow. 1. Love. Most people approach love as if it were a transaction. They search for someone who can fill the hollow space inside their chest, someone who can complete the puzzle they believe is missing a piece. Without realizing it, they hand their happiness over to another person. Their mood becomes your weather. Their attention becomes your oxygen. Psychologically, this is dependency, and dependency often disguises itself as devotion. But this isn't love. It's the quiet hope that someone else will confirm that you are worthy of existing. Today, try something different. Spend 2 hours in complete isolation. No phone, no conversation, no distraction. Write down every quality you believe you want in a partner. Then, instead of waiting for someone to bring those qualities into your life, practice embodying them yourself for the rest of the day. Calm instead of reassurance. Depth instead of attention. Stability instead of intensity. Something subtle begins to shift when you do this. You stop searching outward. You stop broadcasting need. You move from being someone who seeks to someone who signals. And that change alone transforms the way love responds to you. 2. Family. Many of us carry our family history like an invisible weight. We walk through adulthood, still reacting to a childhood that has already ended. We blame our anxiety on a distant father, our self-doubt on a critical mother. And while these experiences may be real, holding on to them indefinitely keeps us emotionally frozen in time. At some point, explanation turns into stagnation. When you cling to the past like this, you unknowingly use it as permission to stay exactly where you are. Today is not about confrontation. It's about release. Write a letter you will never send. Say everything you've held back. Name every wound honestly. And then end with a simple recognition. You did what you could with what you had. I am no longer an extension of your pain. Forgiveness in this sense is not moral. It is neurological. It frees your nervous system from constantly reliving old battles. Today you stop living as a reaction to where you came from and begin living as an author of where you are going. 3. Career. Most people are exhausted, not because they work too hard, but because they work on the wrong things. Their days are full, their calendars are packed, yet nothing meaningful moves forward. This is motion, not action. Busyness becomes a shield. It protects you from the one task that actually matters, the one that carries risk and responsibility. Think of the thing you've been avoiding, the project you delay, the decision you postpone, the move you keep preparing for but never make. That's not laziness. That's fear wearing a productive costume. Today, strip the noise away. Apply a simple truth. Most results come from very few actions. Remove the low-impact work, silence the distractions, then do the one thing that scares you slightly more than everything else. Not perfectly, just intentionally. Career momentum doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing what actually matters. 4. Wealth. Money problems are rarely about money. They are about perception. When you believe resources are scarce, your mind narrows. You begin fighting for crumbs instead of noticing the bakery. Scarcity doesn't just limit your wallet. It limits your imagination. Wealth at its core is not a number. It's a way of relating to value. Today, look at your finances honestly, not with shame, with clarity. Then shift the question. Instead of asking how to save a few dollars, ask how you could create meaningful value for others. Money follows usefulness. It always has. So invest today, not just financially, but intellectually. Spend one focused hour learning or practicing a skill that increases your long-term value. That single shift changes your relationship with wealth entirely. As this day comes to an end, understand this. You were never meant to fix your entire life in 24 hours. What you were meant to do was reposition yourself. You examined your patterns in love. You released emotional weight from family. You reclaimed direction in your work. You corrected your relationship with money. The true transformation happened quietly, inside your internal posture. The power lies in the decisive moment, the instant you stop seeing yourself as someone at the mercy of circumstances and start seeing yourself as someone guided by intention. Your life is not fixed because your problems vanished. It is fixed because you are no longer powerless in front of them. And that shift is enough to change everything that follows.